So let's check back in with her again to see how things are looking right now. Good morning, Kristen.
Hi, Danita. Good morning. Yeah, you see the snow falling here, and that's something that's been very consistent as my photographer and I have been making our way down to downtown Brecksville, where we are right now. We've been really just driving along I-77, hitting close to Akron, and then making our way back here. And it's, again, consistent snowfall, that fluffy snow. The highways especially have been with snow on them, but passable, of course, as ODOT has been saying and echoing, really for this whole weekend, it's going to be passable. It's not going to be perfect. It's funny, though, as I've been standing out here waiting to speak with you, Danita, I've been seeing a lot of cars go by, and the Brecksville crew has been doing a great job just kind of coming up and down this road as the snow has been pretty much relentless, and they've been trying to keep up with it. But there are a lot of people out, I've noticed, and I'm like, where are you guys going? Who has a party right now in this snowstorm? But that's something that we've noticed being out here on the roads, especially, Danita.
Where are you going, and why is it so important to get there in this type of weather?
Right.
You know what, Kristen? I want to ask you, what has been your vibe about this? Your first time doing something like this? You told us your first time. What is your thing in covering a snowstorm of this magnitude?
I have to say, Danita, I am a born and raised Buffalo, New York girl, so I have covered all the snowstorms. I've covered the blizzard that we had back in 2022. I have to say, in terms of my storm coverage, this is on the lesser scale. It's definitely one of those snowstorms that are pretty and picturesque, right? Like I was saying earlier in the shows as we were chatting today, it's like that Hallmark vibe. If you're sitting inside your home looking out the window, yeah, this is great. I love it. I love looking out and then getting a warm cup of coffee and calling it a day, watching some Netflix. But just really being out here, I mean, I have 3-4 layers on. I'm cold, I'll admit that. And then obviously with the snow, it's just coming down. Just relentless, right? So it's just making it difficult for those crews going up and down trying to keep up with it all. But honestly, I'd say it's more on the moderate side, and that's just my biased opinion, right?
That's your biased opinion.
Being a girl who was born and raised, a girl born and raised in the snow.
You're used to it. You're used to it. And the next time we have a storm like this, you're going to have a hat on. Okay, that's Auntie Danita.
Oh, no.
You're going to have a hat on, okay? We're not going to do any more of these reports with no hat. Not going to do it. Hat or hood, your choice, but you're going to cover up your beautiful hair,
no.
Okay? Got it? Get it good.
I swear.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I know. I swear the curls are okay. I have my earmuffs on. The head of hair, they're okay. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. The curls keep me warm. And people are like, are you okay? Like, get this girl a hat. I'm like, no, my head is warm, which is so funny.
All right. Well, we're all going to put in and get you a hat because this is not going to happen again. All right, okay. Kristen? All right, we'll check back in with you later. Thank you.
That was good. If it was windy, it might be a different story.
A different story.
That's
yeah.
right. All right, we're getting reports of dangerous roads all over this morning. We have a message now from the Tuscarawas County Sheriff. Take a look.
All right, good morning, everyone. Sheriff Orvis Campbell. It's about 9:50 a.m. on Sunday. I'm on Interstate 77 north of Dover. Just helped pull a car out of the median. Roadways are terrible, just as predicted. Underneath the snow, there's ice. An ODOT plow truck just went by and lost visibility pretty quickly of his flashing lights. So please, if you have to come out, go very slow. But honestly, unless it's an emergency, nobody should be out today. Give these road crews the room that they need, please. Roads are terrible. Obviously, if this is a main highway, and I'm telling you it's very bad, and cars are sliding off, then you can imagine what the side roads are. So please be safe, make Tuscarawas County look good here. Use good sense and help the first responders out. Thank you.
All right, well, we're getting coverage from all areas right now, right?
Definitely, definitely.
No question. All right, well, this weekend, Danita, marks 48 years since the most devastating winter storm in Northeast Ohio history.
A lot of you remember it, the Great Blizzard of 1978. It spanned from January 25th to January 27th. It claimed the lives of 51 people and caused over $100 million in damages. So, Matt, the question is, we know that this storm isn't as major as that, but what is the big thing about this storm right now? Is it what he said? It's the slick roads, the ice underneath the snow, giving those, the trucks time to do what they need to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. We've got a lot of snow falling across a huge area, Danita. That's the big system that we're dealing with right now. This is not the blizzard of 78. 78 was a beast, all right? And you notice in some of that file video that we have that it was very icy. We had temperatures that were mild before that system moved in, and then an Arctic front went through with that. Temperatures dropped 30 degrees. The wind was the biggest issue with that. We had wind that was gusting to 82 at Hopkins, 111 mile-per-hour winds with the blizzard of 78 out over Lake Erie. That thing was a beast. It set a record for the lowest pressure in Cleveland. It was a deep low. This, not a deep low. The low's way down towards Tennessee. There's not a lot of wind to speak of. In fact, we've had gusts that aren't even gusting. 22, all our map can show up with on Akron right now. So again, the difference between this and that was by far the wind and a temperature drop, which we just don't have. Today, a marathon pace snow. That's what we called it all week long. It's just going to keep snowing and keep snowing. Eventually it'll wrap up, but overall we're expecting, some of those snow totals to be on the higher end.
I was hearing from people yesterday that were trying to, or not trying to, but were, is it going to be like 78?
Right.
No, it's not. But still, you have to be careful. But Matt, how about the difference between Northeast Ohio as far as being up north to the south, the difference there?
Yeah, so the difference is the areas, our southern locations, like the sheriff was saying down in Tuscarawas County, they're closer to the low pressure itself. And when you get closer to the low, when you get close to that change over zone between where that ice and freezing rain becomes snow, you get some of the heaviest snowfall rates. And so they've had some decent bands of snow overnight down towards the south. That's where some of our heavier totals will come in from. I think a lot of those spots will get over a foot. Had a couple social media reports coming in, already reporting 5 to 7 inches of snow on the ground, with obviously more to come down in our southern counties, but still quite a bit in our northern counties as well, guys. I mean, we're going to deal with, I think we're going to fall in line with our 8 to 14 inch range, which we've been giving since Wednesday. I think all of us will fall in that range by the time the storm's over with.
People were concerned about losing power.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, that's happening a lot in other states right now, but not as much here.
Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Yeah, I've had multiple messages coming in as well saying, hey, what do you think about power outages? I'm concerned about this. Let me show you, if we could pull up the map again, I want to show you this real quick. We've got the ice is the issue with the ice and the power outages. That's your big concern. When you get ice on power lines, when you get it on trees, and then you have wind, that's where you have all the issues. So where is the icing? Well, it's not here. We have no risk of ice within this. We're just way too cold. Overall, that icing issue is here down towards Mississippi, Tennessee. And then you get something called the wedge effect, which is when cold air comes down the Appalachian Mountains and it gets stuck. And as a result, they get all sorts of icing on the east side of the Appalachian Mountains. So that's the issue for Virginia, maybe getting as far north as D.C., down into the Carolinas. That ice is what causes the power outages. The other thing that can cause it is heavy, wet snow. This snow is not heavy and wet. It's too cold for that. We don't have a lot of moisture, so it's fluffy, it's dry, it brushes off easily. This is not weighing down trees and power lines. So I'm not worried about power outages. It's just a general decent snow for a lot of folks. It's going to be tough to remove.
Wow. All right, Matt.
The expert.
He is the expert. Thank you so much, Matt. We won't push it. All right, Ohio is under a state of emergency as this winter storm moves through.
Yeah, let's get out to Candace Hare. And earlier, I was trying to ask Candace how fast they were going. Word has it was 10 miles per hour downtown,
and then
then 30. So somewhere in that area. I don't know if she's driving or she's standing outside. There she is.
She's standing. She's still.
I'm still standing.
0 miles per hour. 0 miles per hour right now.
Good morning, Danita, Dave. Yeah, it was kind of varying between 30 and 10, depending on where we were in the city, but you're right, 0 miles an hour right now. We are out, and I want to give you a little bit of different perspective away from the roads. I am at Edgewater Park, and I'll tell you what, when I was a kid, if you had said you're looking at the Arctic or maybe like the frozen tundra, and you showed me this, I probably would have believed you right now. This is how things look at Edgewater. So if you ever decided you wanted to maybe take a stroll down the beach on a cool January morning, this is what you'd be running into. You can see those icicles all hanging down from the pier itself. Lake Erie over here certainly is frozen at this time of the year. So a winter wonderland of sorts out here. But I'll tell you what, this hasn't stopped everybody. We know that this is a popular place for people to come take some jogs or go for walks, and some people have still been out here, so that's pretty impressive. Certainly more dedicated than I am to my fitness routine, so I give those people quite a bit of credit. A wind out here certainly blowing much more heavily than what we experience downtown. That's to be expected as you get closer to the lake, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a different perspective of what we're seeing out here this morning, because it's one thing to see downtown, to see those roads, but it's another thing to come here outdoors and really get a sense of what Mother Nature has to offer on a morning like this. Dave, Danita?
I have to give Candace credit. I mean, and Kristen
She-
too. You know,
yeah.
that she just didn't go to one spot
They're
and
going
hunker
all
down.
over.
She's
They're
going all over.
Yeah, you went to Edgewater. You're brave. And for those people who want to just take a nice walk by Edgewater Beach, you're in that same group where people wear shorts in the snow. So y'all just go out there and have a good time.
I saw someone wearing shorts
I saw
yesterday.
every day.
I was like, what are you doing?
Every day there's someone with shorts on in the winter here. I'm telling you.
Don't wear shorts today.
Don't do it.
All
Don't
right.
do it.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back here on WKYC Plus in just a couple minutes.